This is about another Nintendo Direct this month. And again, this all kind of ties to the Switch 2 stuff we were talking about earlier and technically ties to the Nintendo Museum because Pedro Henrique Ludalipa, otherwise known as PH and or Brazil Online, has spoken up after the Museum Direct to say there is another presentation this month, likely a Direct of some type, because he was originally making this tease in the Direct speculation thread over on Family Boards. So assuming that he's right, because he said there'd be multiple events and that this was one of them. This wasn't all he was teasing, though. What type of Direct do you think there will be? Because I feel like we have like 4 distinct possibilities. Obviously, a Nintendo Direct Mini or a general Direct, because there's always a general Direct in September. We're close to September. Could be that. Could be a partner showcase Direct like they did in February. They did call that a Direct. Maybe there's 5 possibilities. It could be a Zelda Direct. They haven't done a dedicated game Direct yet this year, and they usually do one per year. So that's a possibility, especially the Echoes of Wisdom on demo coming up at PAX West. Could make sense to do a Zelda Direct right before then. Or they have technically called Pokemon Presents Pokemon Directs before. So there could be a Pokemon Direct. Now, I'll just give my personal opinion. I think the Pokemon Direct's the least likely, even though it's August and they usually do something with Pokemon in August, not just Worlds. But I just don't think they have a game coming this year that they want at market. So I just don't think they need it. I think it would have been.
They did a lot of marketing with TCG already.
Yeah, I think that's their big. I think that's their big release this year for like money making wise is the TCG on the phone. So I personally don't think they have a game coming out this holiday, which, by the way, should make people happy because we should want Game Freak to take their time.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a good thing that they don't have a game to market besides the TCG, which they did naturally at Worlds, which made the most sense to market that there. That's literally the audience that plays the game. So I think we're probably not going to get a Pokemon Presents or a Pokemon Direct. But I think all the other ones are on the table. Now, an important note about this was back in May, Brazil said he had heard the June Direct was going to be the last Switch dedicated Direct. Not the last Direct with Switch games, but the last Switch dedicated Direct. Now, I don't know if you just meant that for first party. Like, we have a partner Direct this month. It's probably all Switch games. But I think he was obviously talking from Nintendo first party perspective. It might be the last Direct for that. Now, what I find interesting about that is he said, however, he had heard that there will still be another partner Direct this year. And he said that, however, because obviously that would be for Switch games. So maybe that's what this is the partner Direct. Or maybe Nintendo's like, hey, we're going to make it a mini because we got a couple first party announcements we want to make. And we want to fill out February and March for something for Switch. What are you guys feeling? 1, on it actually happening this month, and 2, on what it might be. Don't everyone jump at once. Don't everyone get excited at one time. And it's still, what is happening?
I could see.
That's it. You're all fired from the show. It's time for me to add some new.
I could see the Direct happening this month. I do put stock into those rumors from PH Brazil. And I follow him on Twitter now after you'd brought him up before. And I always translate his posts.
Yeah.
So I'm always following what he's got to say. And I don't know why we wouldn't take him or anyone wouldn't take him seriously. And like you said, he has the badges, the press credentials, and a lot of stuff that he said has been accurate. And even like you said in your video, Nate, things change. Like, he may have had correct information on something at some point, and then something changed, and now it looks like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
All the stuff that
I'm not buying that.
He's right on is like when he says something's about to happen.
Yeah, exactly. When it's close.
Everything else is
like
kind
this.
He knows a developer that has a game in an indie world that's supposed to happen sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, yeah, but things could change and that can get moved around. And I think that's what he got caught in earlier this year with the whole April and June thing was kind of like, yeah, he had heard some things, but it was from reliable developers. But he's just like, yeah, but it wasn't locked in because it was too far out. Like, the things could change.
That's the thing. Things change. We all know that. and what you mentioned too is that him saying that we're going to have another direct, and with it being today the 21st,
It's next week.
yeah, this is obviously as close as proximity as you're going to get. And when he makes predictions, when it's close in time, like we are now, it's usually right. So all the factors are pointing towards, yeah, we should get a direct this month. Now, what kind of direct is it going to be? When was the last Indie World?
April?
Yeah, I feel it was April.
I think it was April.
So, of course, Indie World's a possibility.
Yeah, I didn't throw that one out there because if we're believing there might be one this month because of him, he also said this month that the Indie World's in next month. So
if it's next month, I think it all kind of revolves around Switch 2 and when we're going to get that announcement.
So next week is also PAX West.
yes,
We know that they're there. We know they have a booth.
yes, we know that what
Maybe-
the demos are.
Yeah, they have they said the demos.
Yep.
Maybe they have something else that they're gonna bring to PAX West,
Oh no,
and that's why they haven't said anything yet.
are you going there? What is this?
Yeah.
Something else?
Something else? I don't know. I want to say Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Or some type of remaster that we haven't seen yet.
Wind Waker Twilight.
Wind Waker Twilight, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would do that with Echoes of Wisdom so close.
I don't think they would. I'm totally joking.
What? Well, no. What?
But
if,
I would buy it.
What if they? No. What if they did it like they did? What was it with Wind Waker back in the day? It's a collector's thing.
Oh,
If with a special edition version of
Yep.
Echoes of Wisdom. that would make people excited, but pissed off at the same time because it also means this limited edition, which is like, I mean, limited edition to play Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD on Switch. What the fuck?
so we got Tokyo Game Show, of course, coming up on the 26th of September as well. That same day Zelda comes out.
Yeah, exact same day. Yep.
So that's the 26th through the 29th. You know, I kind of look at there's so many rumors to kind of factor in. Like the parts going into production.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, we all know what happens. Pictures get taken, they get put online.
Yeah, the moment it hits assembly, it's over. It's
And we've
online.
talked about it. All of us have, that Nintendo has to control the narrative.
Mhm.
And not just Nintendo, any company would want to control the narrative. And if we're really right there and we're getting close to that, then I have to imagine that the Switch 2 is going to be revealed very soon. Very soon, like
Next week soon? You think that
possibly,
soon? Oh my
possibly.
God, I might die.
Right.
Woo! I like that one.
I wouldn't say no. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all,
That makes
because
me-
if
that
it's
would
not
make me
next
feel
week,
good. I predicted an August reveal. I'll take it.
I could see September, if not, or October.
Yeah,
But
what if
next week's just as fine?
Switch 2.
Oh my God. Now I'm hyped. Now that's what's happening.
Now that's what's happening.
No,
I'm not going to bet because I'm bad at bets.
No. I don't. I also don't think. What is it? Because you lost some recent stuff.
Yeah, I've
You're no longer always right.
I'm not undefeated anymore. What if it's
Streak is
Captain
with
Toad too? That's what they're revealing next week.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
It's a good game.
Yeah. What if it's just a direct to say, hey, tune in next month for the reveal?
Oh no!
They call that a direct. That I don't think that would
just
be a direct.
funny as hell
So
and stupid.
look, here's the way I look at it. If we get a direct next week, I think there's no more directs the rest of the year.
If it's a single game direct, I could see
Even
another
then,
one after that.
I don't think they will. Now, this is just my personal opinion, of course. Now, I'm of belief that it might be a partner showcase direct, which I know is like the most disappointing direct that people, oh, geez, it's not even Nintendo stuff. I'm like, yeah, we got Endless Ocean Luminous last time. You don't know. Be a third party.
How'd that one do?
It was fine. It was fine. It's right around the other Endless Ocean games. Like, it's a very niche product. But I look at it as like there could be. I mean, put it this way: a partner showcase could be another Hyrule Warriors. That could be in there, or Fire Emblem Warrior, or Xenoblade Warrior. It could be some sort of Warriors game. Could be in there. So there could be some exciting announcements that involve Nintendo IP in a partner direct. But the reason I think it might be a partner direct is I don't think they need a direct to advertise Echoes of Wisdom, Jamboree, or Brothership. I kind of feel like they could just do those on their own, like just individually, not as like directs, but like just keep marketing it with new trailers. They have the demos, obviously, and all that stuff. So I don't really feel like they need that extra marketing. And then definitively we know there's an announcement about the Nintendo Switch successor by March. So why would you do a general direct right now? Usually the September direct would advertise the holiday lineup a little bit, maybe announce a new special edition system sometimes, but then and give you new NSO stuff. But mostly the September direct was setting up the beginning of the next year. But if we know Switch 2 is giving a major announcement by March, by the end of the fiscal year, then why would they try to set up something that's going to be overshadowed by something else? That doesn't make any sense. They could do it, by the way. Nintendo can do whatever the hell they want. But I think a Nintendo Direct Mini or a partner showcase are like the two most likely. The reason I'm going to go away from the Zelda Direct is I just don't feel like they need it when PAX West is about to happen and we're about to have hours and hours and hours and hours of footage all over the internet.
They also been tweeting a lot about
Echoes of Wisdom. Tweeting a lot about it. They had the official website that added a whole bunch of stuff. They're consistently marketing it. I don't really know that we need a Zelda Direct.
I don't think we do.
Maybe it's to reveal the amiibo. Maybe there's an amiibo coming out. That's all it is. It's just a direct.
Well, did you guys see that Best Buy is re-releasing all of the like Zelda amiibos, and they put up the Link's Awakening amiibos for pre-order?
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago, and then it was revealed that all of these Zelda amiibos will work with the new Zelda game. I felt like if we were gonna get Echoes amiibos, that would have been the right time, the appropriate time probably to say, hey, we're getting amiibos. But we're five weeks out from launch, so now I'm thinking we're probably not getting amiibos, right? I think we would have known by now. If you look at Tears of the Kingdom, we knew those went up for pre-order right when the game did. So I would like to get amiibos for it. That'd be cool, but not sure we'll get any. Also, we have the Switch Lite bundle. I just feel like you guys said, we don't need a mini direct or game specific direct for Zelda. I think they had a good amount of spotlight. The Nintendo first party titles, Mario and Luigi, Jamboree, and Zelda. And yeah, we'll probably get a little bit more information, maybe a couple more trailers as we get close to each game, but I'm not expecting anything much more than that. Yeah. I just don't know that it's needed.
So for me, like I'm kind of the thing I think that most likely is the partner direct. I think that he was probably correct earlier this year when he heard that there was going to be another partner direct, that we're not going to get another Switch direct, which would be a general direct, by the way, unless the general direct has the Switch 2 announcement in it, which Nintendo's never announced a new generation in a Switch or a new generation in a direct, but they could.
We've only had two generations in.
Yeah, we've only had Wii U, which existed like right when they were coming up with directs, and then E3 was still like a thing. That's where they announced Wii U, and then Switch. Well, yeah, Switch was they announced it in their own different ways. So there's only really been one generation that they could have announced in a direct. They have announced new additions and new versions, but they've never announced a new system. I like when people bring that up. I'm like, yeah, but the only time they could have announced a brand new generation was Switch. So like they've only really had one opportunity to do that. And I don't know if you guys remember, the guy who hosted all the Nintendo Directs, he kind of died in 2015. So like we need to like remember that like that was a very unfortunate and very awkward time for Nintendo internally. So who's to say that the plan wasn't originally to reveal it in a direct? We don't know. I kind of feel like if Iwata was alive, it probably would have been revealed at the E3 that year, 2016. Especially since they were already going to discontinue Wii U, but they were in flux then, so they waited and it worked out. They announced it in October instead.
I don't know about you guys.
Revealed in October.
We talked about the whole there won't be a Switch successor announcement tweet that they had to do for the museum, and they did it for I think the June Direct as well. I get annoyed when I see it. Like I don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah. I see people in the chat going like, Iwata used to host them. Yeah, the big directs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He like we had some other smaller directs that sometimes it'd be like Reggie hosting or like your localization person for that given direct. But when it was like the big boy directs, it was always.
And he was on stage at E3.
Yeah.
Speaking English. He didn't have a translator.
Nope.
I got something. October 2nd. Like, why don't you announce Switch 2 at the museum on October 2nd? I mean, if you have Switch 2 stuff,
grand opening.
Yeah, if you have Switch 2 stuff in there, and you have it covered up right now, and you plan, like, if you're opening it to the public, you're gonna have to remove the curtain. Why not October 2nd?
I mean, or they could just reveal it before October 2nd.
Sure. Makes me feel confident though that it could be, it could and should be before October 2nd, right?
October 2nd at the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Man. I think this is gonna be a partner direct. I just got a feeling, which will disappoint people. But it should actually secretly excite you. Because one, that gives Brazil a double win for calling the partner direct back in May, plus saying there was another direct this month, and it still is a direct. It just might not be the direct you want, but then that means his Switch 2 information that seems to be about because remember he what he said is these two events were supposed to be late September, and if you think about it, we got the museum direct that could have been late September. It's opening October 2nd. That it would have made perfect sense if it was late September. Hey, let's advertise this thing we're opening in a couple weeks. Yeah, I can believe that. Perfect sense to me. You probably do it the week before Echoes of Wisdom and Tokyo Game Show, so you can have all the highlight on you. And yeah, a couple weeks out, come check out our museum. I would make sense. But we're revealing it now instead. Why do you move it to now? Oh, this partner direct. Oh, you could have did it in September. Remember the last partner direct took place in the same month they usually do general directs. So why isn't the partner direct in September? There's not like a real big reason. There's not some massive game coming out that needs to have the partner direct right now. So why is the partner direct now and not in September? Oh, maybe we got to clear out a time slot because as Brazil said, the time, what was the exact word? God, I don't have it open right now. I'm going to open up my own damn video for this. Just because there's so many links. There's so much stuff. Let's see here. It's even the right video. This isn't even the right video. Hold on. It's my video from today that has everything. By the way, if you guys didn't see my video today, not only does it contain the Nintendo Direct stuff, it contains a comprehensive deep dive into everything Brazil has said this year for you to make your own decisions on if you think that he's like legit or not. And this is just this year. I didn't dive into his background at the other websites because my God, he's worked at some massive outlets, and like I have a hard time searching through because I got to search in Portuguese to find him. And look, I don't speak Portuguese, all right, so it's hard for me to dig through his old reports. But there is this thing here. Okay, there it is. It's right here. The exact words were Nintendo seems to have brought forward some plans regarding Switch 2's release schedule. And the first thing in that release schedule was obviously revealed, right? So they brought forward. That means it's happening sooner than they planned. So what if they planned for it to be October? And they're like, no, we need to do it in September. I kept thinking, and I said I brought this up in one of my videos. Why would they do it in September? Well, I mean, hello, there's Tokyo Game Show, where while Nintendo only does business meetings there, their biggest partners in their backyard are there. Heck, Microsoft's there, but beyond that, Capcom. Capcom, remember, was rumored to be the reason Switch had 4 gigabytes of RAM. Because they had a dev unit, and they came back to Nintendo and they said, "Man, you got to give." They had 2 gigs. Hey, you got to give us 4 gigs. Like we need at least 4. If you like, you want this, you want that Monster Hunter game we're trying to. We need 4 gigs. Okay, that's reportedly what happened. Obviously, we've never had that officially confirmed. But we know Capcom's a huge partner for them. We know Koei Tecmo, Bandai Namco. Huge part. Bandai Namco has literally teams dedicated to making Nintendo games.
Yep.
They got a 2-studio thing that's nothing but making Nintendo games. Bandai Namco, there at Tokyo Game Show. Square Enix, who just said they're taking everything multi-platform and has made exclusive games for Switch, there at Tokyo Game Show. What if? Yeah, they found out that Nintendo, because Nintendo told them, because some of their games are going to be in, like the new Monster Hunter might be in it or something like, and they're like, hey, we're going to be doing like big blowouts for these games at Tokyo Game Show. We really like if you're going to reveal this thing a couple weeks after Tokyo Game Show, can you like maybe reveal it right before Tokyo Game Show? Because we would like to put your logo in our trailers and your logo like on our stuff. We think it would be mutually beneficial for all of us. When we're talking about these 2025 games at Tokyo Game Show, we want your new system that's going to be out when these games come out. We want your system to be part of our marketing. And look at what the marketing you would get from us in return, because like we're also helping market your future. And then Nintendo might have been, all right, well then we need to bring our plans forward a little bit. Shit, well we had these things we were going to do in September. Well, we could just move those. Let's move those to August. Let's think maybe we're going to do an Indie World in August, and we decide, you know what? Let's move the Indie World to like the very beginning of the month, and then in like week 3, let's drop the Switch 2 reveal. Which, by the way, if they do that, there'll be still enough time between then and Tokyo Game Show to still market Echoes of Wisdom. Because I don't know if you guys agree with this. I think if Nintendo does reveal Switch 2 in 2024, I do not think they are going to talk about it at all beyond investors' meetings publicly again until 2025. Like they're just going to drop the reveal and then just be quiet about it.
Yeah. I could see them not talking about it until January.
So if that's the case, once it's revealed, third parties can talk all they want.
Yeah.
So it just could literally be, hey, here's the reveal. Immediately after the reveal, we're back to the week lead up advertisement for Echoes of Wisdom. Meanwhile, Echoes of Wisdom comes out. It's selling well. Everyone's happy. Oh, hey, all this news is coming out of Tokyo Game Show about Switch 2. All these games are coming to Switch 2. Switch 2 is looking like really impressive. Hey, you're getting Visions of Mana. Hey, you're getting Monster Hunter. Hey, you're getting this. Hey, you're getting that. Oh, man, they just announced part 3 of the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Oh, hey, by the way, they just announced there that part 1 and part 2 are coming to Switch 2 in 2025. Whoa. What do you mean? Those are PS5 games on Switch 2. How awesome that marketing would be for everyone involved. And I do think we've had a lot of reports about how excited third parties are about Switch 2. Like they think this thing's going to be big. Like this isn't like Switch. They're betting big. Our friend of the channel, Paul Gale Network, was on a couple episodes ago talking about the people he talked to that were not excited about Switch in 2017 and regret that they didn't bet big on Switch are betting big right now on Switch 2. And now look at PS5. Its sales are lagging behind PS4, only by a couple million, but we're halfway through the gen. That could be 10 million by the end of the gen. You know, they might barely cross 100 million, which probably is still a hell of a lot of systems, to be clear. 100 million, like the fact that they do that like every generation is insane. Xbox, Xbox is not doing as well. Maybe better than the Xbox One because that wasn't a great gen for them, but Switch is on pace to be the best-selling system ever released, like ever, for dedicated gaming platforms. So I feel like if these companies are all excited, and we're hearing this from Western studios, what do you think the Japanese studios are thinking? They did one. You want to sell games in Japan? You better be on Nintendo. You better be on a Nintendo system if you want big sales in Japan. So I kind of feel like it's a possibility that Nintendo has those tight relationships, and the reason that Brazil said this whole moving forward thing is because they called in their they called in their card and they said, "Hey, come on, what's a couple of weeks gonna hurt you? Oh, you got a Zelda game. It's Zelda. It's gonna sell. No one look. We know this thing has backwards compatibility. People are still going to buy Zelda. You don't worry about it. Just get this reveal out there. Like Zelda we think is reveal proof. Don't worry about it. So that, and then obviously, he said, that show he did about 10 days ago is obviously one of the last shows. One of the last, not the last. People took that wrong as, it's the last show. No. One of the last. So, what does that mean? That's a whole subjective thing. I'm just saying. We got the museum coming up, which might have some Switch 2 stuff in it potentially. We don't know, or at least placeholders for it once it launches. We have, obviously, the fact that Nintendo themselves has already said it's being announced this fiscal year. We have the fact that Nintendo keeps having to warn on every single goddamn event they do that it's not there, which means they're forced to keep bringing it up. And on top of that, what do we know is happening in 2025? We know about Metroid Prime 4 and Legends ZA some point next fiscal year. And we got DK early January. Feels like they're trying to clean up the slate a little bit here.
100%.
So, and again, the whole thing is,
good.
If we have that, like, this is why this matters for this direct topic. Regardless of what type of direct it is. But if there's a direct next week, it makes this seem correct, which means Switch 2 is being revealed at bare minimum in 2024. You
I
guys
just want it to be revealed. Like, I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of it.
Yep.
Sick of all the
I'll make
rumors.
I should make this promise. I'll just make a Switch 2 video every day till they reveal the damn thing. Of course,
So they have to. Like Nintendo Prime made another one.
Isn't that what I'm doing anyways, chat? Switch 2 video every day. Switch 2 topic every week on the podcast until reveal. Act like it's a threat. I will not stop talking about this thing until and then when you reveal it, I'm going to keep talking about it.
Right.
You know what's interesting? Even when like we have a direct, I'm pretty sure Switch 2 trends on X on Twitter. So it doesn't matter. Like, it's going to trend no matter what.
It's always trending.
All the time.
Almost every day.
Number one here. Oh, hold on. I got to show this. No, this isn't specifically the Switch 2, but if this happens, it's about the direct. It might as the next thing that's going to trend right after a direct gets announced next week will be Switch 2 in September, because everyone's going to believe it's happening in September. Let me share my trending now thing here. Is it up on? Yeah. Nintendo Direct scheduled for August. Stories for you. This is right there. It's happening right now. This whole Nintendo Direct next week, it's literally trending right now. And it's like, man, you think about that. After this supposed Direct gets revealed, and it'll have its time in the sun, the trend. Next up is going to be Switch 2 is being revealed in September, trending because these two things were called by this Brazil person, and he was the only one saying it. Nobody else said we were getting events this month besides the Pokemon Presents being speculated. So
I think what people are actually excited for, people don't care about the system. They want the games. Like we're not getting any of the big games until another system comes out. We're not getting a 3D Mario. We're not getting a Mario Kart. We're not getting Animal Crossing.
Oh, we got Jamboree, dude. They do 3 of those every gen.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what people really want, and that's what I really want. Like I couldn't care less if the Switch 2 was as powerful as a potato with a light bulb. I just want new iterations of the games I love. Like Odyssey, it's been 7.5 years or almost 7 years, or whatever it is. Mario Kart 8. I mean, we've been playing since Wii U. I know we got a ton of new tracks, but it's still the same game.
Been a decade.
Decade strong too.
Yeah, a strong decade. Yeah,
strong. Yeah, that is a fantastic Mario Kart. That's my favorite.
Hey, we only sold 70 million copies in 10 years. Jesus Christ.
I think we got plenty of games. To be honest with you, like,
well, the Switch does.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. No, it's the particular games, right? It's their flagship games.
Yeah, Nintendo has a lot of like we only do our biggest of the big once per generation kind of thing. And I think that's what it's like. Hey, we already had all that happen, and we're ready for it to happen again.
I mean, stuff to hold us over, like good stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Brothership is good stuff. Zelda's good stuff. Dragon Quest 3 HD is gonna be badass. I have that pre-ordered.
That's gonna be massive in Japan. Holy shit!
Oh, dude,
they might launch records.
Yeah, and
I mean, those are all well and good
over there.
They're all well and good. And I'll play them, but like I just want a new 3D Mario.
Yeah, it's not Nintendo's like heaviest of heavy hitters. Like you look at the Nintendo Switch top 10 selling list, and outside of Pokemon games that are fairly regular, it's like, well, Breath of the Wild came out at launch. Okay, Tears of the Kingdom did come out like last year. That was cool, but like the next 3D Zelda is a long ways away.
Like Smash has even been 5 years.
2018, you know.
Yeah. And to your point, John, I agree with you. Like I want all those too, man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
It all comes back around, and that's really exciting. And then on top of that, Nintendo every gen tends to like bring out some new IPs, and that's always exciting to see what they're going to do with that. Get into a new gen with some new IPs. And this generation, Nintendo evolved some of their IPs. Look what they did with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Like what's the next franchise they're going to evolve on Switch 2? Are they going to bring back Star Fox and evolve that?
Yeah, we haven't even seen a Star Fox. We haven't seen a new Donkey Kong. We haven't seen, F-Zero still lingering out there. Punch Out.
So I know, obviously, guys, over the last couple of years, we spent so much damn time constantly talking about the hardware and the features we want and when it's going to be revealed, when it's going to launch. I get the conversation gets a little old, but we really want to talk about the games. And we've speculated, but that's all we've been able to do is speculate. I want to see Switch 2 games. I want to see the next 3D Mario because I
saw Metroid Prime 4.
We saw Metroid Prime 4, which is awesome. But technically still a Switch game. Probably cross-gen. We don't know. Might be a Switch 2 game. We might have already seen one. But we don't know. So I need to see Yo Noid in 4K.
Oh, my God. Hell yeah. Dream come true.
That'd be great, man. Man, Domino's brought him back temporarily for like a month. Should have lasted longer.
Yeah, it was exciting. Yeah.
Was really exciting. I'm like, there's the Noid. I'm like, how many people even remember this guy?